And good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pacer Pit on the campus of the University of South Carolina, Aiken, for today's Peach Belt Conference matchup between the USC Aiken women's soccer team and the Clayton State Lakers. Getting underway after a bit of a delay, a little over an hour delay, as this game was scheduled to start up at 6, but we're getting it going a little about 20 after 7. But I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining us this evening. Should be an exciting matchup. Pacers coming into today's match with a 3-10 overall record, 2-5 at home, 1-5 on the road, and a 1-7 record in the conference. Clayton State is fighting for an opportunity to play in the Peach Belt tournament. If they win today, and I believe their next game, they secure a spot. They are 6-5-3 overall, 4-2-1 at home, 2-3 on the road, and have 2 ties at neutral territory. They are 3-5-1 in conference play. Ball drifts into Clayton State's end, where it will be scooped up and sent the other way. Booted on out to midfield and into Pacer territory, where the Lakers will try to set something up, moving into the corner. Still around in the corner. High centering pass towards the net. It goes off of a head, and the keeper, Tasha Kwiatkowski, picks it up and holds on to it, and will run it out to start the Pacer drive. Booming kick down the field from Kwiatkowski, and headed right back into Pacer territory. Shannon McGregor of Clayton State trying to get it, and she does. Now she'll bring it up on the moving into the far corner. Tries to center it, and that one intercepted by Amanda Raleigh of USC Aiken, and the Pacers will bring it up themselves. Quick throw in, gets play going right away. Ball sitting around midfield right now. Clayton State has their pass intercepted. Now they're bringing it back up as the Pacers send it right back to them. Now Pacers with it, trying to bring it on up. Long pass down the line. Gets it to Lasley, and she passes it on back, and the Pacers try to get it on in deeper. Into the corner. Clayton State working with it. Tries to get a centering pass off, but it is blocked by Summer Ricciardi. And out of play. Looks like we're going to have a corner kick coming up here for Clayton State. Corner kick picked up by the Pacers, and Kwiatkowski throws it out of harm's way. USC Aiken trying to bring it up quickly, but it'll end up rolling out of bounds around midfield. Alyssa Broad looking to throw it in, trying to find somebody open. Clayton State coming away with the ball now as they dump it into the Pacers zone. In towards the goal. Kwiatkowski rushes out to meet it and scoops it up. Kwiatkowski will give it to Ricciardi as she tries to bring it up. Looking for an opening. Pass will be intercepted by Clayton State as it bounces off a couple bodies. Into the corner, and Amanda Giordano just kicks it out to prevent a corner kick from Clayton State. Quick throw in, Clayton State back on the attack. Some footwork there, intercepted by Giordano and cleared out by Lauren Lasley. Lasley with it again. Gets it in to one of the Olsen twins, gets it to Gressa Olsen, who just passes it right back off. Ball gets through, and Clayton State coming away with it. Whistle blows the play dead, however, as the USC Aiken was offside. With the free kick, Hikari Taguchi of Clayton State, and she'll kick it on out deep. Clayton State now bringing it up slow. Playing it along the near side here. Ricciardi intercepts it but ends up sending it out of bounds, so Clayton State will keep it on a throw-in. Off of a head, off of another head, still bouncing around. Coming up with the ball, Isabel Amasa. And she sends it in the direction of the goal, but far to the left and out of play. Goal kick for USC Aiken. So Ricciardi with the ball again, passes it on up for Giordano, who just redirects it to Lasley, and that'll end up rolling out of bounds. Clayton State will take over. Throw in, running in towards the corner, and Ricciardi will let that one roll out of bounds. Another goal kick for USC Aiken. 38-17 to go in the first half. No score yet between these two teams. Lakers at USC Aiken. Long kick ends up rolling out of bounds, and it's Clayton State ball again. Trying to get a pass on up to almost a possible breakaway, but it overshoots everybody and ends up in the hands of Kwiatkowski as she punts it on deep. Off the head of Gressa Olsen, rolling towards the goal and booted right back out. Tries to get a good pass off. Ricciardi intercepts it. Gets it to Monica Armendariz, who tries to pass it on off for Lasley. Goes off a body, stays in bounds. And now it's deflected off of the leg of Ricciardi and out for Clayton State. Ciara Rosener throws it on in for Clayton State and punted right back into the Laker end. Willa Olsen trying to run after it, but it's going to be out of her reach as Clayton State holds possession. Dumping it deep into the Pacers' zone. And booted out by Raleigh. Clayton State still on the offensive, trying to get clean possession as the ball bounces all over the place. Kick on towards the goal, and that one is just over the net. Scary moment there, a couple inches shorter, and you might have been see that one go off the crossbar and in. Kwiatkowski kicks it out, but it's immediately intercepted by Clayton State, and they'll bring it on in. Coming in on goal, hard and fast, centering pass, redirected towards the net, but to the right of it, and out of play. They're reading Kwiatkowski's goal kicks now. See if she tries to shake things up, and she'll move over to the other side to kick this one. Goes to the same spot and the same result. Clayton State coming up with it. Gets a clean pass on up. Just to the right of the net. They're going to have to hold back a little bit as the Pacer defense gets in their way. Coming in towards the goal. Here's the shot, and that one sails over the top of the net. Another lucky break for USC Aiken. That's two good quality chances that have just missed the net. Kwiatkowski kicks it over to the other side, but out of bounds on the far end. Clayton State still with possession now. Now the ball rolling out again. Pacers take over. Quick throw-in. Willa Olson trying to center the ball now. Now Giordano with it. Looking for Lasley. Pass intercepted and redirected the other way, but Ricciardi is there to pick it up. Booted on down. Lasley giving chase after it. Bounces off of a head. Rolling towards the sideline and out of bounds. Quick throw in from Lasley. Looking for somebody to be open, but Clayton State cuts it off and starts away the other way. Good dumping. Raleigh gives it a head. Kept in. Armendariz with it. She'll just pass it off for Giordano, who will do the same. Freeman ends up just passing it on back to Kwiatkowski. Try to reset the field a little. Clayton State quickly tosses it in. Ball rolls right back out, and the Pacers take over. This is some good passing. Giordano has her pass intercepted and redirected. Sent on ahead, and diving on top of it is Hannah Richards, the goalkeeper for Clayton State. Gressa Olson almost had a free shot on goal there. But Richards is able to get on top of it before the Pacers could put anything together. Ball rolling in towards the corner. Isabel Massa with it. Just passes it on off, still in the corner, the near corner. Centering pass near the goal, a header, and she scores! Shannon, no, not Shannon McGregor.
The Clayton State goal scored by number 8, Ann Catherine Zabel.
And Catherine Zabel.
Manoli Bacarizo.
And Catherine Zabel with the goal. Bacarizo credited with the assist on that. So Clayton State leads it 1-0, just above the 33-minute mark in time remaining. Giordano with it now, and a good pass from Ricciardi. And have to backtrack a little bit to give herself some breathing room. Ends up having her attempted pass deflected away and out of bounds by Jane McKevitt. Ending up deep in Clayton State's end. They'll send it back to the keep, and Richards punting it out again. Pushed on ahead, good pass up the line to Massa, but it's broken up by Raleigh, and she kicks it out of bounds. Give the Pacers a chance to regroup. Kicked in towards the goal, redirected, and she scores! Manoli Bacarizo with a redirect in front of the net, puts it past Kwiatkowski, and Clayton State is up 2-0 with 31:44 to go in the first.
The Clayton State goal scored by number 10, Manoli Bacarizo.
Well, Pacers will start up again. Try to cut a 2-goal lead down to size. Ricciardi punts it on in. Pacers with a throw in now. Near corner on the right side. Russell Olson trying to come up with it, can't. Giordano intercepts a clear attempt. Centering pass broken up. And now rolling out of bounds, out of the reach of Caitlin Armstrong. Will remain pacer ball, however, as Armstrong will throw it in. Rolling towards the corner and again out. This time it'll be a goal kick for Clayton State. All sent back into the pacer end, where Giordano will come up with it. Ressa Olsen has some trouble with the pass. Clayton State trying to come up with it, and they do, and it will be brought on up. Pass just a little too far ahead for Massa as it's sent back out to midfield. Melissa Broad chases after that one and kicks it out, again giving the Pacers a chance to regroup. Will fight for the ball as it rolls out off of Clayton State, so USC Aiken will take it. Broad again with a throw-in. Headed right back out by Clayton State. She'll do it over. Bit of a longer throw this time. Clayton State once again intercepting it. This time they'll keep it in bounds and try to get something going here. Raleigh sending it the other way to Armstrong. And Pacers dumping it into Clayton State's end and kicking it the other way, Hannah Richards, the keeper. Still a battle for it around midfield. Clayton State dumping it into the Pacers zone. Ricciardi counters with a dump into Clayton State's end. Massa with it, trying to find an open lane, ends up passing it off instead. Now a pass in towards the goal, off of a head and out of bounds. Another scoring chance there, thwarted.
Substituting in for the Pacers, number 21, Melissa Lee for Lauren Lasley, and number 8, Lauren Sigmund for Summer Ricciardi.
So Ricciardi and Lasley coming off, Sigmund and Lee coming onto the pit. Giordano tries to get a pass off. Nobody there, however. Raleigh going to have to come up to race after it and kick it away. Rolls out of bounds. Still Pacer ball, though. And Lauren Sigmund will throw it in. That one will go off ahead and out of bounds. Marissa Lee will throw it in now. Throwing just out of the reach of Armendariz as it is punted out again. Directed off of a head, and Sigmund tries to battle for it, ends up having her pocket picked by Massa and bringing it in towards the goal. Gets a pass off, in towards the net, shot, and Kwiatkowski scoops it up to deny a goal.
Okay, forget it, let her have it. We can't do anything here. That's you now.
Clayton State picks up the ball again as the ball rolls out of bounds around midfield. And it'll be a long throw-in. Raleigh kicks it the other way. Lee keeps it going, but a whistle blows it dead. Sigmund, little fight for the ball, looking for a call, not going to get it as it rolls out of bounds off of Sigmund's foot. Rosener throws it in now for Clayton State. Dumped into the Pacers zone where Kwiatkowski will come out to meet it. Now she'll start the offense the other way.
Kira, you're fine here. You're fine here. There's 3v2 in there. Don't worry about it. Now you can drop, Kira. Drop.
Battle for it around midfield. Armendariz wins it and gets it back to Broad, who dumps it in. Willa Olsen looking for it. Can't come up with it. And now Armstrong sending it in. Gressa Olsen trying to get it. Trips up a little bit and can't recover as Richards picks it up for the Lakers. 25-25 to go in the first half. 2-0 Clayton State over USC Aiken. Kicked out where Lee takes it. Clayton State still working with it, however. Giordano now taking it the other way for USC Aiken. Gets a pass on up, but nobody there. And Taguchi will send it on back for Richards, who dumps it out. Off the head of Giordano, and Raleigh there to meet it. Kicked right back in by the Lakers, however, where Broad will send it with a head. Out of the reach of Armendariz, and Clayton State taking over as they send it back to their keeper. And Richards again kicking it out. Sigmund tries to pass it off, ends up getting blocked and sent out of bounds again. Still Pacer ball. Giordano with a good kick. It's sent the other way immediately by the Lakers. Clayton State will try to bring it up. Blocked by Sigmund. Lee takes it. Passes it on off. Taguchi gives it a head. And that one still in bounds. Thought it was going to go out of bounds for a moment, but Sigmund catching up to it. Now it goes out of bounds as it was pushed out by Massa. It's Broad with it now. Sends it ahead. Picked off by Clayton State and sent the other way. Still in bounds. Clayton State bringing it up at a good pace. Kicked in towards the goal, but Raleigh sends it the other way. Gives the defense a chance to catch up. Armstrong trying to check her target. And now Gressa Olsen will take it away. Long pass up the line for Lee. Lee catching up to it. Lee has a good opportunity here. Tries to get around a defender. Can't. Ends up getting tied up. Ball rolling. And that'll draw a whistle. There's a foul on USC Aiken, so free kick for the Lakers. Long kick from Rosener. Into the Pacer corner, the near corner. Barcarizo kicks it up towards the goal. Kotowski knocks it down, and now she picks it up. She was getting pressured. Contact there, and it'll go against Clayton State, so Pacer ball still. Giordano gives it a good kick, and Richards comes out to meet it before, I think that was Friedman. Madison Friedman could catch up to the ball in time. No, it was Willa Olsen. Hard to read the numbers right now. Sigmund ends up letting the ball get past her. Tries to get it off to Lee, and Lee can't corral it and rolls out of bounds. Sigmund with a little short pass to Raleigh now, and Raleigh can't get it out. Throw in for Sigmund. Gressa Olsen trying to catch up to that one. Punted back in by the Lakers. And Pacers will take over, try to take over. Melissa Broad having to double back for a moment to get that ball. Tries to get it on forward, can't. Clayton State sends it right back in. Willa Olsen tries to get to Gressa Olsen. Gressa Olsen's got a chance here. Gressa Olsen all alone takes her shot, and a nice save by Hannah Richards. Gressa Olsen was on her own, and Richards just denied her a goal with a great save. Corner kick coming up for the Pacers now. 20:20 to go. Corner kick on its way, and that one goes off ahead. Still in the air, redirected, and she scores! Monica Armendariz puts it into the back of the net, and the Pacers cut the lead to 1.
The goal, number 19, Monica Armendariz. The assist to number 13, Willa Olsen.
And Willa Olsen credited with the assist after the corner kick. And Pacers right back in this one, score now only 2-1. Clayton State looking to answer right back as they dump the ball into the corner, but that will be out of the reach of Barcarizo. All still in the corner, slowly trickling out. Contact there. Armendariz tried to stand him up. Ball booted up into the air off the foot of Broad. Still high into the air. Clayton State moving it in towards goal. Raleigh trying to get it out. Kick just misses the top of the net by a good few feet. Kwiatkowski will take it out from goal. Sigmund has her pocket picked. Barcarizo moving in towards the corner now, meeting up with Sigmund again as Sigmund lets it roll out of bounds. Throw in for Clayton State. And Rosener will take it.
Drop in here and look at your position. No wonder everything's going through the middle. Get her in front of you.
Pacers trying to bring it on out now. Pass up for Willa Olsen, directed to Giordano, trying to get it back to Willa Olsen. Just a little too far out of her reach, and Raleigh kicking it clear. Lakers still with it now. Allie Barbara with it on the far end. Centers it. Massa with a pass. Long shot. Misses everything and rolls out of bounds. And it'll be goal kick USC Aiken. We'll get a corner kick here now from Clayton State. And kick is on its way. Kwiatkowski comes out to meet it, can't hold on to it, but sends it out of harm's way enough. Give the defense a chance to regroup, sent back in towards the goal. Dangerous, but Kwiatkowski comes up and amidst two forwards, it picks off the ball to deny a chance. And now we get some pushing and shoving going on out there between Armstrong and somebody from Clayton State. Couldn't catch who that was. No cards being issued, however. Pacers will get the free kick, however. And Raleigh will take it. Directed ahead. Gressa Olsen coming out, trying to meet it. Gets it around, rolling towards the goal. And it's, just out. Oh my, what defense there by Hikari Taguchi to catch up to that one and just at the last second keep it from crossing the goal line. That was about as close as you can get. No keeper in net, no defenders back, and Taguchi in a foot race against time itself gets there and knocks it away. We were this close. We were an inch away from 2-2, but instead it will remain 2-1 as Richards kicks it out. Booted on out now into midfield. Broad will try to catch up to it and almost gets knocked out as a header sent the ball into the Pacers zone.
What are you dropping for, Kira? What are we dropping for?
Sigmund gets it up to Giordano, who gives it right back. Trying to get another long pass on up ahead, sent the other way, and out of bounds. Sigmund throws it in quickly. Her throw in intercepted. Little minor collision there. Ball gets ahead. Broad catches up to it and sends it back to midfield. That one, Taguchi overruns it. Willa Olsen. Long pass up for Lee. Lee's got a chance, but she is called on the offsides.
Very simple. All you want to do is drop. You've decided all you're going to do is drop and allow them to make a run. Either you step up or it's going to be 2-2. All right? It's very simple. Organize it and sort it. Kira, you're the left back. You keep it up. Hey, don't take it. Let's go. You're the left back. You stay in line with those three. Now sort it out. Get up to your tree. Get up.
That one's sent on up by Rosener. Deep into the Pacers zone, rolling in towards the corner, and that just rolls out
Sort it out in the middle and get it.
on the right side of the flag, so it'll be a throw-in for Clayton State.
That ball's going across there and everyone's dropping off. Chip over the top. Ball is on this side, Jim.
Tossed in,
Shift across. Shift across and know your position.
kept inbounds. Almost was a goal kick for USC Aiken.
Now there's your position to pick up a loose ball.
Couple bodies flying out there. Ball rolling in towards the goal, pushing and shoving between Lee and Rosener. The ball finally rolls out of bounds, and we're going to have I believe a corner kick here for Clayton State.
No free runs, ladies. Stop them off. Stop them off. Hey, hey, hey. Step up to the halfway line. She's offside. I guarantee you she'll come to you at some stage.
Kick on its way, and Kwiatkowski comes up to meet it, and she will throw it the other way. Broad bringing it up with some good speed. Loses one of her covers. And the kick on ahead for Olsen now. Broad again, centers it to Giordano. And she'll just get it on over for Sigmund. Sigmund looking for Lee, has her pass intercepted and sent the other way. Raleigh trying to going to catch up to that and just directs it to Kwiatkowski, who boots it up. Sigmund cutting it off again. Sigmund still with it. Tries to pass it out. Still in the corner, though. Getting around her. Barcarizo. And now it's kicked out of bounds.
Substituting in for Clayton State is number 17, Marie DeVillers, replacing number 11, Beatriz Zabaluzzi.
Kick in towards the goal, redirected. And that one, fortunately, just missed wide right of the net.
Turn around.
Will Olsen looking for Gressa Olsen. She finds her around midfield, and now it's given back to Broad. Broad will try to bring it up. Knocked back the other way and sent on in. Will Olsen again sends it in. Now Armstrong will get a free kick here. Armstrong gets it ahead. And now it's back out to midfield. Will Olsen with it now on the far side. Centers it. Gressa Olsen trying to catch up to it and has it sent the other way on her, but Giordano comes up to meet it. Giordano tries an awkward angle shot and nowhere near the net, and ends up out of bounds and be for a goal kick. Giordano takes a foot to the face there, and they will blow the whistle on that. Lee with it, near corner. Looks for Gressa Olsen, can't get it. Sigmund keeps it from getting out of the zone. Good footwork by Sigmund. She passes it off to Raleigh, who dumps it back in. Gressa Olsen directs it for Willa Olsen. Willa Olsen trying to get it into Gressa near the corner, and it stays in. Gressa Olsen able to get it. Center shoots it towards the net. Ball still is free. Takes the shot, and she scores. I'm not sure what happened there. Richards tried to come out of the net and meet it. Couldn't catch it, and it was just tapped in by, I think, Willa Olsen. Gressa Olsen took an awkward angle shot, and it worked out for the best. We are tied at 2.
For number 27, Caitlin Armstrong.
Well, it's a brand new game. 9:26 to go in the first, and we are tied at 2. Ooh, that one off the head of Willa Olsen. Good hard kick at point-blank range. That cannot feel good. She's toughening it out, though, as a free kick for the Pacers is coming up. Raleigh will take it. Long kick in towards the goal, but that'll be headed out by the Clayton State defense. Nicole Hayes takes a tumble out there as she ran after the ball. Still going to be another free kick for USC Aiken, though a little closer to the net this time. We'll see what Hayes does as she takes it. Gets it in near the net. This time Richards comes out and catches it cleanly, as she had Gressa Olsen breathing down her neck. Now Sigmund with the throw-in. And Giordano's down a little bit, a little shaken up on the play. She had a little collision. She's a tough one, though, as she gets back up, as the ball rolls over to the far side and out of bounds.
Substituting in for the Pacers, number 22, Kennedy Smith. For number 4, Amanda Giordano.
And a timely substitution as Giordano comes off. Been taking a beating out there. Kennedy Smith will take her place. And I forgot to mention earlier that, as we said, Nicole Hayes is out there for USC Aiken. She took the spot of Caitlin Armstrong. Rod sends it up ahead. The keeper Richards will come out and scoop it up before Gressa Olsen can make her pay again. Clayton State, a little miscommunication there, almost let the Pacers steal it back. It's into the USC Aiken zone, however. Up in the air as Sigmund heads it forward. Driven right back in, however, by Rosener. Near the goal, little tumble, little mix-up, and Kwiatkowski dives on top of the ball. She got hit, and she got hit hard right in front of the net. It was Massa who ended up colliding with Kwiatkowski on that chance. Broad with it now around midfield. Pushes it forward, looking for Lee. Ball just sent high into the air, still in bounds. Lee gets a foot on it and sends it back for Sigmund. Sigmund tries to dance around the defenders, ends up just pushing it into the corner where it'll go out of bounds. Headed by Kennedy Smith back in. Lee, a little battle for it. Clayton State winning the battle, however. Aces trying to get possession midfield. They send it back in. Rosener sends it ahead. Massa trying to get around Amanda Raleigh. Can't. Gets a pass off, though. Now Massa getting in. Has to double back for a second there. She overran the ball. Still with possession, though. She fights off two defenders and just passes it on off. High centering pass headed towards the net, but it's an easy save for Tasha Kwiatkowski. Good stand-up defense there by Raleigh, keeping the Clayton State from advancing it any further. They still have possession, though. Broad now coming on and directing the ball the other way. And now it will be picked up by Payne. Bailey Payne pops it into the air. Payne, some good pressure there. Keeping Clayton State from setting anything up, and she's rewarded by stealing the ball away. Gets it out and dumps it into the Clayton State end. Taguchi's going to have to come back for it as she gets pressured by Lee. She passes it on off to Richards. That one will roll out of bounds. It'll be Pacer ball. Throw in. Payne sends it in towards the net, but Richards will catch it on a hop and start Clayton State the other way. Booming kick down the field. Whistle blows the play dead. Pacer ball, and Sigmund quickly trying to send it the other way. Catch Clayton State resetting. Armendariz with it. Just passes on back for Raleigh. Raleigh getting it ahead to Lee, who heads it in the right direction. But it's booted out by Taguchi. Sigmund stealing it away now. Has her pocket pick, but it rolls out of bounds, so she will keep possession with the throw-in. Kennedy Smith with it, just pops it up into the air. Armendariz stands tall as she gets it out past midfield. Bailey Payne, some nice footwork, a good pass up ahead. Trying to catch up is Willa Olson. Willa Olson with it, tries to center it towards the goal, and it just clears everybody's head and goes out of bounds. Cleared the heads, cleared the goal, and cleared the field of play. Another good chance, though, by the Pacers. We are still tied at 2 with 2:40 to go in the first half. And Richards shanks that one to the left and out of bounds. Pacers will take it with good positioning. Throw-in completely missed Payne, but Armendariz is there to pick it up as Clayton State tried to clear it. Kennedy Smith getting it in off of a few defenders. Ball rolling in towards the corner. Payne trying to catch up. She does. Centers it towards the goal. Ball still is free, and Taguchi gets it out of harm's reach. Ooh, nice footwork there from Sigmund. danced the defender right out of her shoes as Pacers keep the ball. Raleigh dumping it in to Olsen, Willow Olsen. Now it's up for Hayes, who's trying to bring it up. Alyssa Broad coming in all the way from midfield, trying to center it just out of the reach of Payne, and Payne will end up kicking it out. It'll be a goal kick for Clayton State. Minute 22 to go in the first half. Coming close to the final minute of play. So far, been a pretty exciting match. Started off a little slow, obviously being delayed and all might have played a factor, but these teams seem to be into the full swing now as we reach the final minute of play in the first half.
1 minute left in the half. 1 minute.
Sigmund tosses it in. It's sent right back to her, however. Now Kennedy Smith with it at midfield. Tries to get it ahead to Hayes. It's intercepted and sent the other way. Clayton State with it now at midfield as they throw it in. 36 seconds to go in the half. And Raleigh cut off the lane, and Kwiatkowski came out to meet it as she will punt it out to midfield. Armendariz gets a shoulder on it. Dangerous chance there for Massa. She almost had no defenders to check her. 10 seconds to go as the ball ends up out of play. One last chance as it's tossed on in.
3, 2, 1, 0.
And that will close it out. The first half is over, and we are tied at 2 apiece. Well, we're going to take a short break and be right back for the second half in just a few short minutes. But before we go, we'll thank a few of our sponsors, including the South Carolina Education Lottery. Remember, when you play the South Carolina Education Lottery, you're not only taking a chance, but giving a chance. Aiken Flooring, you can stand on us. And Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance. For all of your life, home, car, and business insurance needs, count on Hudson Etheridge Companies and Auto Owners Insurance. We'll be right back with the second half in just a short bit. And welcome back, folks, here at the Pacer Pit, where the USC Aiken Pacers and the Clayton State Lakers are all tied up at 2 goals apiece here in the second half. I'm Marcus Johnson again, thanking you for joining us this Saturday, or Saturday? No, it's not even Saturday. Wednesday evening. I am getting way ahead of myself. Clayton State with the ball to start things off this half. They move in towards the goal. Shot coming up, and it's saved easily by Tasha Kwiatkowski. Kwiatkowski gets it out to midfield. And now Pacers will try to bring it up the other way. Well, battle for it. Armendariz had a hand on it, and Giordano sends it on ahead, but it's out of the reach of everybody, and it rolls to the keep. Well, Richards will pick it up, get ready to throw it out. Kicked around. Armstrong tried to cut off the lane, ends up losing it. Clayton State bringing it up strong. Passed on up. Shot coming up, and Kwiatkowski making another save. Good angle for Moa Loftman. But Kwiatkowski was able to dive on top of the ball and keep it from going anywhere near the goal. Good kick, good redirect. Willa Olsen going to try to catch up to it and win the foot race. She gets there in time, tries to center it near the goal. And now Richards popping up to meet that one. A couple opportunities early on here in the second half. Quick recap of the first half, just in terms of when the goals were scored. Clayton State scored 2 early goals in semi-rapid succession, and then the Pacers fought and clawed their way back and managed to erase a 2-0 lead to bring us where we are, tied at 2-2. The goal scorers for USC Aiken were Armendariz and Olsen, as that shot just misses wide to the left of the net. Willa Olsen and Monica Armendariz are your goal scorers on the day for USC Aiken. The ball ended up rolling out off of a Pacer. I think it might have been Kwiatkowski who got a hand on it. Either way, it will be a corner kick here for Clayton State, and taking that corner kick is Loftman. And Loftman's kick on its way, and behind the net. A free break for the Pacers. And Kwiatkowski with the kick. Intercepted immediately by Clayton State to bring it right back, and the shot is smothered by Kwiatkowski as she just grabs a hold of it and chucks it away. Armendariz has a battle for it and ends up tripping up. And Catherine Zabel. And the Pacers send it in the other way. Booted on out by Clayton State into the USC Aiken end, but Raleigh cuts it off and kicks it out of bounds to give defense a chance to group back up. And the ball ends up back out of bounds, and this time the Pacers will get it to throw in. Ball ending up in the stands now. Clayton State will take over, so not much happening over there except the ball getting put in and put out of bounds. Now Clayton State will try to make something happen. Off a body and into Clayton State's end. And they're just going to boot it back to Richards, who will try to clear it on out. Sent into the Pacers zone on the far end. Now they'll try to work it towards the corner. Tries to get a centering pass off. That goes off a body, the body of Lauren Lasley, out of bounds. And I believe we'll have a corner kick here for Clayton State. Kick on its way towards the goal. Kwiatkowski jumps up, knocks it down. Now she'll pick it up and throw it clear of the net. Alyssa Broad having a battle for it, but a whistle will blow the play dead. And a free kick for Clayton State. Loftman with the free kick. Sends it in towards the net. Goes off of a head. Trying to send it towards the goal. Shot right at point-blank range. Kwiatkowski stood tall and made the save. She's feeling it a little bit. It's stinging, but better than the sting of letting in a goal. Great save, great defense by USC Aiken and Tasha Kwiatkowski. And during warm-ups today, as we were waiting to get this game underway, you could hear the keepers talking that each ball that came in and hit them stung just a little bit extra. It has dropped, the temperature has dropped a little bit, so that is certainly the cause for that. Free kick now for Clayton State. 37-37 to go in the second half. In towards the goal, amidst the defenders, and headed out the other way. Clayton State sending it right back in, but that one will be whistled on the offsides, and I'm sure Kwiatkowski is glad for that because she had 3 players coming at her full steam trying to get a goal. Armstrong has trouble with it, and it's going to roll out of bounds, but fortunately for her, it went off of a Laker, so they will get the throw-in. Booted back into the Pacers zone. Bit of a bicycle kick there. Clayton State holding it, trying to check off the defenders, but it's going to end up out of bounds off the foot of Loftman. Pacers will throw it back in. Gressa Olsen shaking off defenders left and right. Gets a pass off to Giordano. Giordano has some trouble with it, however. And it's into the Pacers zone. In towards the far corner now. Ricciardi trying to check her target. In towards the net, but it's into the hands of Kwiatkowski on a hop. And it'll be booted on down. Pacers stealing it right back the other way, and they'll bring it up past midfield. Kick ahead for Gressa Olsen. She can't hold on to it, but she's able to get it ahead a little bit more. Clayton State will now dump it out of play to regroup. Ooh, Olsen gets knocked down trying to go for the ball as it was centered, and now it's dumped back into the Pacer end. Goes off the back heel of Raleigh, giving Clayton State a chance to bring it on up. In towards the goal. Shot coming up, and it just sails wide to the left of the net. Missed opportunity there to break the tie as the score remains 2-2. again, a free kick here for Clayton State, deep into Pacers territory. And I believe we're getting a yellow card here. Not sure who that was on. Is that Armstrong who got called on that? So free kick on its way. In towards the net, and Kwiatkowski grabs it out of thin air to make the save. Ooh, a little collision at midfield, but Alyssa Broad ended up staying on her feet while her opponent, Natalie Barbara, went down. Oh, another free kick here for Clayton State right around midfield on the near side. Booming kick into the group of Pacer defenders, and they will clear it on out. Russell Olsen a little pushing and shoving here and there, and it'll be a foul on Clayton State, Pacer ball. Ball up ahead, but it'll be scooped up by Richards before Willow Olsen could catch up to it in time. Armstrong coming up to meet the ball as she sends it into the near corner of Clayton State. They'll send it back to the keeper, who will push it out again, but it's looking like it's going to roll out of bounds. It does. Substitution now for the Pacers.
Substituting in for the Pacers.
Bailey Payne will come in.
Bailey Payne for number 4, Amanda Giordano.
And she'll take the spot of Giordano. Armstrong will take the throw in. She gets it into Broad. Broad trying to thread her way through the defense. Can't, as it's taken away from her. And Clayton State coming up with the ball. Sitting around midfield, it's taken away now by Payne. Clayton State stealing away. Taguchi with it, and as she brings it up, passes it on ahead for Baccarizo in the far corner of USC Aiken. Looking for an opening, but she is checked well by Ricciardi. Takes an angled shot on goal, but it is headed in the other direction. Another shot coming up, but that one will clear the top of the net and go out of bounds. It'll be USC Aiken ball. Kwiatkowski kicks it on out and gets it out to midfield. Gressel Olsen sends it along as well, and Clayton State defense trying to play catch-up. A little battle for the ball here as Lasley fights it off, but it is dumped back out of bounds and a little farther away from the goal now for the Pacer throw-in. Clayton State getting it to midfield where Armendariz will intercept it. She'll play it along for Broad. Broad sending it in. Clayton State again getting in the way of that. And let's try to bring it up. Good pass up the lines. Clayton State working it in the USC Aiken end. Trying to set something up here as they fight it in towards the corner. Cut off and kicked out by Payne. quick throw in. Payne immediately on. And it is back out. I'm sorry, that's not Payne. That was Madison Friedman. Tossed in towards the corner. Taken around Broad. Armendariz kicks it out of bounds, and it will be just a throw-in. No corner kick. Still in the corner. Clayton State able to get it out, and they get it in front of the net. Shot blocked by Ricciardi and cleared on out as well. Still fighting for it. And that's going to draw a whistle. We have one player for Clayton State down. Nothing too serious. She pops back up, and we'll get right back to it, though, with a free kick for the Lakers. Good opportunity here for Clayton State to break the ties. They are pretty close to the goal. And the kick. On its way, but just missing to the right of the goal and out of bounds. Pacers dodge a little bit of a bullet there. And Kwiatkowski with the kick out. And that one will roll out of bounds as it missed everybody in play. Quick throw-in for the Pacers. Armendariz with it. She just passes it on off, and the ball will end up back out of bounds. We'll get another throw-in for USC Aiken. Richards coming out to meet it. Lakers bringing it into the Pacers zone, getting it in towards the corner. Broad cuts it off and kicks it out. You throw in for Clayton State with 26:55 to go. Freeman now kicking it out of bounds again, thwarting any attempt Clayton State can have to set up an offense. Still in the corner, and that one will be out of bounds, and luckily for Broad, it went off of, I believe that was, I'm not sure who that was, I didn't catch the number. There's the number. Went off of Zabel, so Broad will get the throw-in. Another toss in from Broad. Booted right back to her by Armendariz, and it's stolen away by Zabel. Zabel bringing it in towards the net, looking for somebody. The pass is directed away by Kwiatkowski. I think she was trying to make the save, but either way, she broke up the pass and kept that ball from going anywhere near the net. However, we will have another corner kick here for Clayton State. Loftman will take it. See if the Lakers can capitalize on this chance. Kick is on its way. Looks good. Kwiatkowski way out of her net. Couldn't get the ball, but fortunately for her, nobody else got to the ball as it rolls right back out. And they're going to give Clayton State another corner kick. And the second corner kick is on its way. This one in towards the goal. Knocked away by Kwiatkowski. Another shot blocked by the defenders. Ball still is loose, and it is finally cleared out off of the foot of Payne. And now the Pacers will try to bring it up the other way. Pacers will sub in now. Lyad coming in. Karina Lyad coming in for Lauren Lasley. 24-14 to go in the second half. Still tied 2-2. And while we take the chance, we'd like to thank the remaining sponsors of USC Aiken Athletics. Those would be Tyler's Tire and Auto Center and Willie Jewell's Old School Barbecue. Every dish is served with a side of Southern hospitality, so stop on in and tell them Pacer Sports sent you. Clayton State bringing it in, but it's sent right back out by Alyssa Broad. Over the head of Armstrong, and Clayton State has it. Deep pass into the Pacers zone, overshoots everybody, and Kwiatkowski comes out of the net to meet it. Clayton State trying to bring it back in, but it's sent out again by the Pacer D. Will Olsen passing it up, looking for Gressa. Can't get it, though. However, catching up to it in time was Bailey Payne to keep the forward momentum going. Payne with it again, having to fight off defenders. And they're going to call a foul on the Pacers on that one. Free kick for Clayton State in their own zone. Sent deep into the Pacer territory, but Raleigh gives it a head. Lag fighting for it. Battle in the corner with Ricciardi. Ricciardi still battling there with Rosener. Sent in towards the goal, but Kwiatkowski catches it in midair. And she will boot it out. Brought up quickly by Clayton State. Goes off a body into the possession of Zabel. She tries to center it. Clears everybody, though. And Lyag will take it and send it back the other way. Just past Gressa Olsen. She tries to catch up to it in time. Is able to apply some pressure, and a little slide there from Payne is going to draw the attention of the officials, and most likely, yes, she will get a yellow card for that. Kicked into the Pacer end. Clayton State working it. Now bringing it into the far corner. Ricciardi cuts it off and kicks it out of bounds for a throw-in. Throw-in intercepted by Ricciardi, and she'll kick it right back out, but it deflects off of a Laker. USC Aiken will get the ball to throw in.
A pair of Pacers substituting on the field. Number 8, Lauren Sigmund, for number 27, Caitlin Armstrong. And number 4, Amanda Giordano, for number 17, Bailey Payne.
Bailey Payne and Caitlin Armstrong come out. Amanda Giordano and Lauren Sigmund come onto the field for USC Aiken. Just over 20 minutes to go. Clayton State with it, trying to bring it in towards the net. Lyag checking. Sent in towards the net, and on a couple of hops, it's picked up by Kwiatkowski, and she throws it the other way. Sigmund will take it. Her first touches of the half. Sent right back out by Taguchi into the Pacer end. Raleigh cutting it off, and she'll send it back to Kwiatkowski to send it the other way. Russ Olsen sees it go between her legs. Clayton State picking it up and taking advantage. Sent in. Dangerous ball. Raleigh meets it, though, and sends it back, but it's picked off right again by Barbara. Barbara with the short pass to Zabel, and a little shoving there from Broad, but she's able to get the ball away. No whistle yet, and now the ball rolls out. And Catherine Zabel is still down. Referees are going to go check on her. Tossed in quickly. We'll battle for it in the corner, and Broad kicks it out. Dawson still in the corner. Clayton State able to work it out now as they center it towards the net. Goes over several heads, but is still in Clayton State possession. Now Broad taking it away. Broad kicks it up along the edge. Sigmund trying to get off a double team. And Broad just stands tall and manages to slip the ball out. And there is the whistle as somebody from Clayton State is still down on the ground. They're going to most likely send the trainer out to check on her. We're going to take a short break. Be right back. Just over 18 minutes to go. I'm pretty sure they're going to stop the clock in just a moment. Once they do stop the clock, we'll take that break. Yeah, they do stop the clock. So we're going to take a break. Be right back in just a moment. And we will get right back to it. Pia Hogg comes on to the pitch for Clayton State. The ball ends up right back in the hands of the keeper, Hannah Richards. Richards skies it and sends it into USC Aiken's territory. And some more shoving there. Madera's on the receiving end of that, but she will get a free kick because of it. And Pia Hogg is in for Ann-Catherine Zabel, who was the player who went down for Clayton State. Pacers sending it back into Clayton State's territory. Gress Olsen tries to get a foot on it, but it's sent high into the sky to midfield. And now the Lakers will bring it up. Liag. Similar hairstyles out there, so it's hard to tell from this distance, but good pressure from Liag. Ball ends up into the Pacer corner where Raleigh meets up with it. And she will kick it out of the corner now. Clayton State trying to steal it away. Ball rolls back into the far corner. Centering pass. Broad trips up, but she's able to recover in time to stay with the play. Ball kicked back out to midfield where Willa Olsen greets it. Tries to clear it out. Giordano catches up to it. Now back to Olsen, and it's sent out of bounds, and they'll say it went off of a Laker, so it will be USC Aiken ball. Pacers send it in deep. Gressa Olsen trying to catch up to it. Gressa Olsen has one, and Sigmund can't catch up to it as it is picked off by Richards. Nice job by Hannah Richards to cut that play off, seeing both Olsen and Sigmund charging her full steam. Best opportunity the Pacers have had this half right there. We'll see if they can duplicate it. Score is still tied 2-2 with just over 15 minutes to go in regulation. Kick back for Kwiatkowski, who sends it forward. Looking for Willa Olsen, but it goes off the head of the Lakers. Went off of Taguchi's head. Now it's back into the Pacer end, in the corner. Being brought in towards the goal. Bit of an awkward shot. I don't know if it was a shot or a pass, but it was intercepted by Broad and sent back the other way. Sigmund tried to intercept it, overran the ball, and gives Clayton State a chance to regroup and come back the other way. Broad meets the pass, however, sends it up for Sigmund. Sigmund past midfield. Sigmund getting it on in towards the net, but too long and not enough power behind it to be of any threat as it's scooped up by Richards. Menderes meets up with that, gives it a head, and that will draw a whistle. And it is a foul against Clayton State, it looks like, so it'll be Pacer ball and a free kick in Laker territory. Amanda Raleigh taking the free kick. She sends it in towards the goal, but it's kicked right back out by the Laker D. And now they'll bring it up there the other way. Pass up the line to Hogg. Hogg gets around Broad. Now Broad checking her and cutting her off. And she will clear it out. Broad with another kick to clear. This time she finds Gressa Olsen. Gressa Olsen, long pass up the far end for Lyag. And Lyag looking for Willa Olsen, but overshoots her, and it ends up in the hands of Richards. And as the ball bounces around, it ends up out of bounds off of the Pacers, so Lakers with it on a throw-in from midfield. Sending towards the net. Broad meets up with it, though, before it can get close. Kicks it out, looking for Lyag. Lyag having a little battle for it with Baccarizo. And now Baccarizo brings it up. Stolen back by Ricciardi. And sent ahead for Willa Olsen. Olsen with a booming kick. Looking for Gressa Olsen. Gressa Olsen catching up to it as it bounces around a bit. She's able to get there. Fighting for it in the corner, far corner, threads it through the legs and draws a whistle. And it's going to be on Clayton State, so USC Aiken ball. Free kick, and basically a corner kick and everything but name. Willa Olsen will take this one. Olsen's kick is low. Lyag tried to send it through the defense, couldn't. Pacers still maintaining it in the offensive zone. All bouncing around. Giordano directs it in. Gressa Olsen trying to catch up to it, but it's picked up by Richards before she can get there. Lakers coming up now. Trying to play keep away with USC Aiken before they bring it in. Good passing here and there. Up ahead for Hogg. Hogg gonna try to get around Broad, but Broad cuts her off and ends up driving the ball along the edge, and that one will end up out of play. Lakers still with it in the Pacer end. Good clean passing here as they bring it in towards the net. Shot. I think it went off a body and deflected out. No, it just missed the goal.
USC Aiken is number 21, Marissa Lee, for number 28, Karina Lyag.
So Marissa Lee will come into the game for Karina Lyag for USC Aiken. Goal kick for Tasha Kwiatkowski with under 10 minutes to go, 9:15 left in regulation. We are still tied at 2 apiece. Lakers get it back out of their territory by booting it in. Lee overruns it. Now she doubles back and is able to get up to it in time. Pass up for Gressa Olsen. Gressa Olsen trying to keep the defender off her. Pass up for Lee, but she's going to be called on the offside. All deep in Pacer territory now. Is it trying to get it out? Now Clayton State will take it and fall back to set things up again. Brought on in now. Charging in towards the net. Raleigh's the only defender that can do anything. She gets knocked down. Ball still live, however. Now Raleigh gets back to her feet and sends it out again, where Giordano will kick it out of bounds. Ball quickly thrown in and intercepted by Lee. She gets it up for Gressa Olsen. Olsen gets triple teamed out there. And ball stolen away. Now Pacers steal it right back. Willa Olsen with it. Just a little chopper pass to Sigmund, who sends it in towards the net, but after a couple hops, it's easily picked up by Richards. And now Clayton State will go the other way. Sigmund trying to catch up to it, does, and ends up having her pass picked off. Giordano with it now. Giordano fighting her way through the defenders. And after Giordano arguing her case, not going to come away the winner there. She gets called for a foul. Clayton State will get the ball on a free kick. Short pass to Loftman right at midfield, and she gets it into the Pacer end, but Armendariz sends it out and out of bounds. Armendariz stealing the ball away now and bringing it up. It's a pass midfield for Giordano. Giordano passes it up for Gressa Olsen. Olsen's got a chance. Elects to pass it. Shot! Oh, and a save by Richards on Willa Olsen. She elected to pass, and it turned out to be a good try, but Willa Olsen's shot just got smothered by Richards and sent the other way. Another good opportunity, though, for the Pacers. And now they'll make a substitution. Kennedy Smith coming on for Amanda Raleigh.
For number 23, Amanda Raleigh.
5.5 to go in regulation. We are still tied at 2 apiece despite some golden opportunities that just missed on both ends this half. Kicked on back out of bounds. This will be a goal kick for Clayton State. Richards with the kick. Out to midfield where Clayton State will push into the Pacer end, driving the ball in towards the corner. And that one will end up out of bounds off of Clayton State, so USC Aiken will get it on a throw-in, it looks like. Another battle for it on the far end in the corner. Lakers trying to bring it out. Ricciardi cutting him off. In towards the net. In front of the net. Here comes a no real shot there. Just kind of directing it towards the goal. And Kwiatkowski is able to pick it up as she faced a lot less pressure than I thought she was expecting. Battle for it at midfield. Clayton State comes away with it. They try to send it back into the USC Aiken end, but it's blocked before it can get there. Now it's in there. Clayton State still with it. Taguchi ends up colliding at midfield with Gressa Olsen, but she was able to get the pass off. Now Clayton State marching their way in 3-on-2. Short pass. And coming up and making a nice defensive play was Kennedy Smith to cut away the odd man rush. Clayton State able to throw it in quickly, though. 3 minutes to go. Kennedy Smith steals it away and gets it up for Lee. Marissa Lee looking for Giordano. She'll find her, but Giordano immediately passes it back for Smith. Smith gets it ahead to Lee. Now Lee pushing forward, looking for Olsen, has her pass intercepted. Ball still is loose and now pushed deep into the Pacers zone where it will be called on the offsides. Friedman kicks it into the Clayton State zone. Sigmund on a foot race for it. Near the corner, she wins the battle. Passes it on off for Armendariz. Armendariz looking for an opening. Threads it in towards the center. And Kennedy Smith with a long shot, but that's going to just miss the goal. Just to the right of it. And ends up out of bounds for a goal kick. 2 minutes to go in regulation. We are still tied. 2 goals apiece between USC Aiken and Clayton State. Kick on out. Sigmund gets her body on it and directs it the other way. Into the corner. Willa Olsen trying to battle for it. She's trying to shake off Brower. And Brower winning the battle, and it'll be a free kick here, I believe, for Clayton State. Loftman will take it. Deep kick down the line off ahead of Armendariz, but it's picked up by Bacarizzo. Bacarizzo dancing around the defenders, driving in towards the net. Shot directed away by Kwiatkowski, and it'll roll out of bounds for a Laker corner kick. 1 minute to go in regulation.
1 minute left in regulation. 1 minute.
Lakers taking their time, setting up here. Loftman with the kick. Overshoots everybody, rolls all the way to the other side, and that's going to end up out of bounds now. Pace will get a throw-in with 34 seconds to go. Can they drive down the field for one last attempt? Or will Clayton State steal it away and try an attempt of their own? Throw in, intercepted. Baccarizo with it. It's checked by Lee, rolls out of bounds, Pacer ball again. 18 seconds to go in regulation. Another throw in as we reach the 10-second mark.
9, 8, 7.
Kennedy Smith with a short pass.
5,
Trying to get it on up into midfield. It sits around midfield now, drifting to the Pacer end, but that will close out regulation. We are going to overtime as we are tied 2-2. We need a little extra time to figure this one out, so we're going to take a short break and be right back for the OT between USC Aiken and Clayton State. And welcome back to the Pacer Pit. Marcus Johnson here, thanking you for sticking with us for this overtime between the USC Aiken Pacers and the Clayton State Lakers. 2 halves was not enough, as both teams managed 2 goals in the first half, no goals in the second half, and now the golden goal is in effect for this 10-minute OT. Clayton State will start off with the ball first. Booted right back into the Pacer end. Clayton State trying to set up, getting around the defenders. Now the Pacers able to break things up and slow the pace down. Devilers with a nice pass there. Sorry, Devier with a nice pass. Alyssa Broad with it now on the far end. Gets around some of the defense and passes it up for Gressa Olsen. Olsen passes it off to Giordano. Giordano sends it in towards the net, but it'll be picked up by Richards. And now Clayton State will start out the other way. Passed up ahead. Clayton State with it. Trying to push in, but it's broken up by USC Aiken. Sigmund still trying to hold it. Using her body now, and it's picked off, though, and kicked out of bounds. Throw in for the Pacers. Sigmund will take it. Picked off by Clayton State. They'll try to bring it the other way. Devier passes it off into the corner. Centering pass on its way. Directed towards the net, but it is just redirected off the shot and out of bounds. Well, we'll just say it wasn't redirected. It was just a shot that went way out, as it will be a goal kick for USC Aiken. A free kick here for Clayton State. And they're going to have Bacarizo kick it for the free kick. Good chance here for Clayton State to close this one out. Kick is on its way, and that's going to miss the net by a good 3 or 4 feet and end up out of bounds. Kwiatkowski will take it for a goal kick. Kicked out for Lyag. She can't handle it. It's stolen right back by Clayton State into the corner. Sigmund chases after it. She tries to get it through, but it's picked off again by Bacarizo. That one will roll out. And it's going to be a corner kick for Clayton State. Long kick, headed in the right direction, but too far to the left of the net. Four minutes gone in this overtime period. We'll have a little more delay as we'll have an equipment check out there. And we'll get right back to it now. Kwiatkowski with the kick from the goal. Liag gives it ahead, forward. Clayton State picking it off and sending it right back in. Now I'm bouncing around where Broad will kick it high into the air. Whistle blows the play dead. Free kick coming up for Clayton State. Another good chance here to close it out. Taking the free kick will be Mo Loftman. Kick is on its way towards the net. Kwiatkowski comes out to meet it and catches it for the easy save. Nice kick out to midfield. Clayton State sends it right back in, however, over the head of Sigmund. She's able to get back to it in time to pass it on ahead. Gressa Olsen with it, tries to pass it on forward, has her pass blocked, but it's kicked back out by Broad. Will Olsen giving chase, trying to catch it before Brower gets there, but she can as it's kicked out of bounds. 4 minutes to go in the overtime. Deep in the Pacer area. Defenders having trouble with it. Now they're able to clear it out a little bit more, give themselves some breathing room. Armstrong sends it forward to Gressa Olsen. Olsen tries to get it to Armendariz, has her pass picked off. Olsen taking it away herself, getting it up to Liag. Liag tries to get around the defenders. Pass over for Willa Olsen. Willa Olsen still with it now. Olsen double teamed. Tries to get a pass up for Liag. Almost got it through. It was sent away by the defenders. Gressa Olsen taking it. Her pass popped high into the air and headed away by the Laker defense. Armendariz can't handle that one. She backtracks and gets to it, though. Kennedy Smith chases after and just passes it off for Sigmund. Sigmund having a battle with it. Able to shake Baccarizo by passing it off. Up ahead and headed back in by Clayton State. Still in bounds, though. Play continues. That one is sent in to Clayton State's end, but sent right back by Taguchi. Baccarizo with it, bringing it on in towards the corner. Looking to center it, gets around Sigmund. Driving in towards the net, she's got a chance. Her shot is picked up by Kwiatkowski on the save. 2:18 to go in the overtime. Armstrong gets cut off, and Devier passes it off to Massa. Massa just can't get to it in time as it rolls out of bounds. Pacers throwing it in quickly, trying to catch the defense sleeping, and looked like Gressa Olsen got tugged down there. She was trying to get around the defense and couldn't. Pacers will get the free kick, however, with just under 2 minutes to go. Headed towards the net. Richards comes out to meet it and catches it before Willa Olsen can pressure her too much. 1.5 minutes to go. Richards taking her time, letting things set up. Armendariz sends it right back into the Lakers zone, and it's kicked right back into USC Aiken's end. Sigmund collides, loses it. Now Lakers driving in. Bringing it in. Oh, that pass behind Massa as it rolls in towards the corner. They'll give the Pacers a chance to set up. Now Broad, very aggressive out in the corner there, and the ball will roll out of bounds, delaying some time as we reach the final minute of the OT. Throw in from the Lakers. Kicked right back out by Armstrong. Another throw in. Pacers trying to send it out. Can't. Lakers keep it in. Sending it in towards the net. Kwiatkowski scoops it up on the ground and runs out with it. 30 seconds to go as Kwiatkowski kicks it out to midfield. Willow Olsen trying to direct it. Can't. Lakers sending it back in, but Armendariz gets ahead on it as the Pacers have a chance here. Armstrong pushes it forward. Here comes Gressa Olsen. Gressa Olsen looking for Willow Olsen. Her pass is intercepted, and the Lakers will send it back out to midfield. 10 seconds to go in the overtime. Baccarizo with it now. One last push towards the net. Collides with Sigmund, and that will close out the OT.
That's the end of the first overtime. We'll switch sides of the field and play the second and final 10-minute overtime.
We'll move on to our second OT in just a short minute. Both teams will switch sides, and we will take a very brief intermission. And we're back. The second OT getting underway. Pacers start off with it as they try to send it in. Armstrong battling for it. She wins the battle. Kicks it on ahead, looking for Willow Olsen, but just overshooting her. Still all tied up at 2 goals apiece. And again, both of those goals scored in the first half of this game, and it's been scoreless since. Lakers trying to drive in to change that. Baccarizo gets it in towards the net, broken up and kicked on out by Broad. Armstrong catching up to this one now. Caitlin Armstrong with it. Tries to pass it on ahead. Has it blocked, but it's still free ball. Now Pacers take it. Willow Olsen kicks it off a defender. Amanda Giordano with it now. Giordano passes it along. Far side. Armendariz passes, but her pass trying to center it gets intercepted, and the Lakers clear it out. Now Armendariz with it. That's Leig on the far side who tried to center that pass. Battle for it at midfield. Giordano manages to get it over to Kennedy Smith. Now Willow Olsen with it. Her pass up the line for Armstrong is just a little too far ahead of her, and it'll end up out of bounds. Clayton State trying to bring it up. A little trip up here and there as Broad and Massa fall down. So they both tripped over each other's feet. There'll be a free kick for Clayton State in the USC Aiken end. Kick on its way. And headed out by Broad. Gressa Olsen takes it and clears it out of the Pacers zone completely. Clayton State will have to double back to pick this one up. Ball out towards the keeper as Richards comes out to meet it. And she kicks it out.
Substituting in for USC Aiken, number 23, Amanda Raleigh. For number 8, Laura Sigmund.
So Sigmund will come off, and Amanda Raleigh will head back on for USC Aiken on this substitution. Just under 3 minutes gone in the second OT. Armendariz will take it off the throw-in. Pacers pushing it into the Clayton State end. Willa Olson can't come up with it cleanly. Gressa Olson now catches up as she drives into the corner. Tries to center it. Willa Olson trying to direct it towards the net. Open free ball. Still a loose ball. Who's going to get to it in time? Nobody could get to it in time as Clayton State was able to direct it out of harm's way. A dangerous moment there for Clayton State. That ball was just sitting there with the keeper out of commission. Giordano with it now. She tries to get it on ahead, but her pass is intercepted. Battle for it now. And be a free kick for USC Aiken. 6 minutes to go. And it looks like Amanda Raleigh will take this free kick. Off the head of Giordano to the left, or to the right of the net. And the ball is rolling, and it'll stay inbounds. Massa catches up to it, and she'll bring it up. Long pass up the line. Looking for Bent. And her shot goes behind the net and out of bounds. Leg tries to direct it. It's going to roll along the sideline and out of bounds. 5 minutes to go in the second overtime. Clayton State bringing it on in with some speed, and it's going to be broken up by the Pacers. Still a live ball, and it's deflected into the hands of Kwiatkowski, I believe by her own player. The whistle will blow things dead as Kwiatkowski tried to punt it out. The clock stops at 4:27. I'm not sure what the issue is. It looks like they're just going to redo the goal kick. Kwiatkowski boots it out. Little battle for it. Clayton State coming away with it now. They'll bring it in. Broad able to intercept it. Tries to send it out, but Clayton State keeps it in. Allie Barber with a short pass off. Still with it now is Loftman. Long shot over the head of Kwiatkowski, but fortunately for her, it was over the top of the crossbar too. Pacers trying to come away with it now. Armendariz with a short pass. Kicked on ahead. And Caitlin Armstrong just overshot her. And it's out of bounds again. It's Clayton State ball. Clayton State bringing it on in now. Passed up by Massa, finding the corner. Now it's brought back out by Baccarizo. Pass back out for Loftman. Loftman tries a long shot. I think it went off of, it didn't go off of Armstrong, so it just went out of bounds. Be goal kick for Kwiatkowski. A handball called here. Pacers will get it. Give it to Broad to kick. 2:26 to go in the second overtime. Barbara bringing it in. Gets a pass on off to Baccarizo. She tries a short pass, gets it away. Ball coming in towards the goal. A header. That misses to the left of the net and out of bounds. 2 minutes to go in the second overtime. Another goal kick for Kwiatkowski. Kicked out to midfield. Chris Olsen gets it up for Giordano. Giordano passing it up for Lyag. Lyag bringing it on in the corner. Tries to center it near the goal, and it misses everybody. Pacers overran that one. Armstrong rushes back to meet it. Long shot coming up. That one's going to miss wide. Ball still is free. And Richards dives on top of it. Back out to midfield. Minute 10 to go. Lakers bringing it in now. Still, Baccarizo bringing it in. Still coming in. Passes it back. Shot. And Kwiatkowski gets a hand on it and sends it over the top of the net. Great save for Kwiatkowski to preserve the tie. Corner kick coming up for the Lakers with just under a minute to go. 49 seconds. Kick on its way. Clayton State sends everybody. A header just sails over the top of the net and on top over the crossbar. 29 seconds to go. Kwiatkowski kicks it out quickly. Pacers have a chance for one last rush as the Clayton State defense trying to get back. Ball comes ahead. Both Olsens trying to catch up to it. Richards will get the ball as it's passed back to her. 12 seconds to go. Battle for it around midfield. Clayton State sending it in. They've got a chance for one last rush, one last push towards the net. Pacers cutting them off, kicking it out of bounds, and that will close it out. This one ends in a tie. 2-2 your final score after 2 halves and 2 overtimes. No winner could be decided, but that will close things out. Senior Day is the next day for USC Aiken women's soccer. That will be on the 27th at 1 o'clock p.m. We will have men's and women's soccer that day, both of which will be against Georgia College, and we will have senior festivities before the women's match, so be sure to come on out for that and honor the seniors from both men and women's soccer teams. But until then, I'm Marcus Johnson. Thank you for joining us this evening, and have a good one.